Oh shit. This thing good. Yo, this is the clubhouse for men, and we're gonna talk some shit. Yo, so I was wondering, right? I was talking with a friend, drinking some coffee, and then I maybe called it epiphany, but I was thinking the only way that people are really gonna stop what this so-called sex harassment is, or whatever like that is, if we make quid pro quo illegal. Now hear me out, hear me out. And for those who don't know, quid pro quo, what is it, Latin or French or whatever? But well, it's an exchange for goods, goods for for services or so on. Maybe money for goods or goods for money. Like say for instance, you have money and power, but you want sex, so you would exchange either the money or a little bit of this to get the sex, which brings me to what I believe a lot of this sex harassment shit's about. And I'm gonna keep it real. I don't care. They're screwing me. I am this man. I'm not even out there like that. I don't consider myself like a influencer or whatever. I just keep it real. Yeah, I make movies here and there, but I'm just gonna fucking keep it real. I'm gonna be savage on this shit. Ever since I was young, I've always had jobs, always hustled. I had money, so I would have a lot of goods, whether pot or who magazines, a place to stay, or whatever like that. And I had friends that did too, so guy friends, and we would all put together. We would have money, and we would have a good time. Then the women would come, as I recall, not many of them. If I don't know, maybe some did, or whatever, but for the most part, they didn't put in no money for sort of speak. But what they did was, they hooked up guys. They were there for a good time. So when you grow up with that as a guy, you grow up and you're looking around and it's like, hey, if I have goods, if I can continue to have goods, I can get services. It leads you probably maybe, to your adult years. Maybe you're an executive, you own some shit, you're doing some stuff like that. You're a high power CEO. So, you have goods, the job, money, influence, power and stuff like that. And then you have people who want that. How are they going to go about getting it? You have everything. Services. Because let's face it, I've seen a lot of so-called female CEOs or whatever like that. They don't deserve to be in those positions. I feel, they don't deserve to be in those positions. And you wonder how they got there. And, I always did. And surprise, surprise, here comes me too. And you hear about not sexual harassment, but sexual, they're all, what's the word? The discrepancies, so to speak, like the latest one is Aziz Ansari. So this girl, let's not mistake it. Let's talk about this shit. So she's with another dude. She sees Aziz, which is a higher value man, more than that dude that she was with. So she goes, takes his phone, puts her number in his phone, and then hooks up with him later for wine at his house. Sucks his dick twice. And then after says she felt some type of way. Regret. Oh man, that's just bullshit, man. That's on her. She probably thought that he was gonna simp or whatever like that. Or who knows? But that's not sexual harassment. She had services. He had the goods. So that was quid pro quo. So what I'm bringing up is, you would have to illegalize that, and that's what in exchange for goods and services, and that's how the world is built in a way. Speak easy, and I've seen it in minority neighborhoods and different cultures and stuff like that. A lot of them depend on that. bartering system. Lot of minorities depend on that. You know, tax free, something tax free for something tax free. A lot of people. You know what I'm saying? They they fucking trade. Not everybody uses money. You know, maybe you have something that I want. You know, not everybody uses that shit. And for the most part, all I've seen, especially out of women, is they using their services to get the goods. That's what I'm saying. All this shit is bullshit for the most part. And you know, either how do you get yourself in those kind of situations? Oh, late night in an apartment at the motel, the guy he sends you a limo, you know, with the dress. Then you go to his house. Either you're stupid as hell for not seeing it, or you have no social no awareness whatsoever. Or that could make sense. You know, and I was thinking about that too. That so-called high IQ, you know, in a lot of so-called women, you know, when you IQ is based on like a friend would say, what kind of test, how good you can take a test, and if you're always into reading and stuff like that, and your high IQ is up there, and they say that the higher IQ gets, the lower your your self awareness, or what they would say street smarts get. So you have no because that'd be the only explanation. I don't want to get too far off the subject, but yeah, you know, I'm gonna end it with saying, you know, the only way you're gonna make it. So what you want is you have to legalize it. There you go.